Hello, welcome to Miemie's Keepsakes. I'm Arnell. I am here to start another new project, and that's the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. I have to admit, my volume 4 is not done yet, but I don't think it's going to be done soon, so I'll just keep working on that slowly, and hopefully at some point I can show you the finished project. My scroll that I want to fill is very long, so I'll just keep maybe using some of the prompts again, or just do my own thing on the rest of my scroll. Maybe next time I can bring that in. I just wanted to start this project today. The new volume 5 is they're going to do different small projects, and the way I understand it, there'll be like a project a month, so you'll have a month to work on one project. And the first project is a trifold pouch, and I've made these on my channel before. I did a slow stitch project for beginners. I'll link that video in my description box, or you can go look at it in my playlist for slow stitch projects. The other thing is, if you do not do slow stitching, this is a great project to do with paper, and I've done that as well. I'll link that too, where you can make this kind of pouch with maybe like a file folder or a cardstock base, and use papers and embellish and so forth. But we're going to concentrate on the slow stitch project today. The other thing I wanted to share with you is I started watching K3N Cloth Tales. She is totally inspiring, and she's doing these meditation strips, I think she calls it. So it's just little pieces of fabric, and then you just stitch on it. And at the beginning I thought, oh my goodness, that feels like, what are you going to do with this little strip? But it is extremely relaxing if you just want to mindlessly sit and just stitch something because you find stitching relaxing. I can totally tell you that this is a great project for that. And I was thinking eventually I'll need a closure for my pouch here. This would be a good closure for that. This particular one, yeah, no, it's long enough, it'll work. Anyway, just something to keep in mind. I'll link her channel as well below. She's also starting a weekly slow stitch project for 2024. Her first prompt, it was out on Monday, and it's like a woven piece. I started mine, but it's not done, so I will show you that as well when I come back after I'm working on this throughout the month. Just go, yeah, if you are interested in slow stitching, she's doing, it's a great channel to follow. She's also doing a borrow inspired journal at the moment, and I thought that would be a great pouch as well. Anyway, I'm gonna start with my pouch, and it's just it's a old piece of just a sheet, and I wanted a thin sheet, not a thick sheet, so it's a thinner sheet. But as you can see, there's paint on there. I don't even know what I use this sheet for, maybe as a drop cloth or something. And mine is 11 wide and 20 inches long. And what I did was I ironed it, but I ironed where I wanted it folded, because when you place your fabrics, that matters. Because if you fold this over, this needs to be in a different direction as that, if you have directional pieces, because otherwise when you fold it over, this will be upside down, if that makes any sense. But in the same, I want my fabrics to fold over this folded piece. I don't want it to stop there and there, because then you'll see the white where it folds. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's why I ironed the folds in, so I can see where I want what. And then I just have some small pieces of fabrics here, just very textural. That's the word I'm looking for. So these are thicker and might be more difficult to sew through once I want to start doing the slow stitching, but I do like the combination of all of this. I also brought in a pink. I think I'm not going to use the pink. So let's start by starting with the base. And the ticking, this is sometimes hard to tear, so how big do I want it? Shall I just do it here? Since I've... Oh, this one actually doesn't tear too badly. Okay, so I want to do bigger pieces because this is a bigger pouch, but I think let's do it this one here, and I have this piece of cotton, and it has to overlap, obviously. If you do not want to hand sew this down, you can obviously use your sewing machine just to stitch these down. I am going to hand sew it down because Rachel and Sarah are doing hand stitching only, so I'll follow the rules. Or I don't think there's even rules. I don't think they will mind if you don't and stitch your pieces down. I'm pretty sure that won't be a thing, but you know, I do enjoy stitching it down by hand anyway. Let's do this one here. Do I want it this way? Maybe then it's a little too small. So do make sure that they overlap quite a bit, because sometimes if they don't overlap enough, you will see the white in the background. Like this, I don't think overlaps enough, and I don't have enough, so we'll go this way. Okay. And then I have this fabric that I absolutely love. So this would be the part that the flap will cover, so I don't want to put, and then this will be the back. So let's, okay, this will not tear, we'll have to cut, which is fine. Maybe I'll cut it here. I was looking for something that will go with this fabric. I was actually looking for that darker color, but I couldn't find anything in that I was satisfied with, so I decided to just use the other part of my fabric as well. Let's see, I want this will be the back of my pouch. That would flip over. If this flips over, it's fine. It will be upside down, but I can add some stitching and more fabric on top of that. And maybe I'll use this green in there. I think I got this fabric from my sister last time we were in South Africa, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. I'm just starting with big pieces, and then I can always add smaller pieces on top of this once I have everything sewn on. Shall I, what's this? Is this big enough? Let me just see if this could be big enough. That would be nice. But it's all running in one. I don't like that. Let's do more ticking here on this side maybe. Okay. I said I didn't like it that way, but I can always add maybe a little piece of fabric over there. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, and then I just need something for there, and I do need something here. Going to do okay, maybe I need another piece of fabric in here somewhere. Yeah, let's do that. And what I'm going to do is I'll add some of this fabric on top once I have everything sewn on. Okay, and then something here. That could be on the top piece. I don't like how those, just give me a second. Okay, so I just wanted a piece of just a beige color over here, I think. Okay. And then this. To put that in underneath, and as you can see, oh, and I still need a little something there. There. I think I said I wanted the maybe I used that piece that was supposed to go on here in there, but we'll just use that. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and pin everything down. I'm not sure I like that these stripes are going. I like that better, so I need a bigger piece here. This is too big now. Okay, there. That is better, I think. I'm just going to pin it down very quickly because I want to flip it over and just see how my pouch will look when it is closed. Do I want this on top? It's not very straight, is it? But again, I can put smaller pieces of fabric on top and then nobody will know. This might be a difficult piece of fabric to sew, get my needle and thread through, especially if I'm going to use maybe something thicker. I'll have to keep that in mind, this one too, but I do like the texture. That is a very blunt pen. So let me know if you're participating in this as well. I think it might be a little feel like you get more accomplished maybe this way, and maybe that was Rachel and Sarah's idea with the different projects rather than one big project. We'll see if I can keep up and finish everything that needs to be done, because I have to admit volume 1 through to 4 is, well, volume 1 to 1 and 2 is not bounded in my book yet, but all the pages of that first project are done, but it's somewhere in a box. So that I can finish when I get back into my house. Let's see how this looks. It needs to fold here. And this is a bigger pouch. I wanted it to be a bigger pouch because I'm thinking this would be nice to pop in a journal. And I do like how these stripes come together and the bit of green here, and I think when I start putting up detail on the pouch, I'll add more of that on there. And on this side is then the busy part, which I also like. Okay, so now I can start sewing this onto the base cloth. That one does not have, I thread the needles beforehand because I didn't want you to sit and watch, but that one does not have a lot of thread on there. So I just go in, I have a knot on my end of my thread and just go in and out, and then very closely again here. And then what I also do, I will, like, these do not fray as badly, but I will go with an overcast stitch, go over the edges of each piece as well, like on the edges. Why can't I speak today? I don't know. And then that just double secures it as well. This helps to prevent a lot of bubbling, especially if you're using thinner pieces of fabric. These are all thicker pieces of fabric, so it probably will be okay, but I'm going to do that anyway. I do find it very relaxing to do this. There's just, there's no expectations. Nobody's going to see this anyway. On the other side, you see the bigger part of the stitch. I don't know if you can see because it's all the same color. And then on this side, you'll see nothing because you're just making a teeny tiny little stitch to keep the fabric on your base fabric here. So yeah, like I said, I started watching K3N Cloth Tales, and I honestly really like her channel. She is obviously way more accomplished than I am at slow stitching. She has a slow stitch channel, so she must know what she's doing, but I just find it very relaxing, and her whole idea of just stitching just for the sake of sitting and doing nothing, like, or not nothing, keeping busy, but it's not a very stressful or there's no, it's just because you want to do it, just because it makes you happy, just do it kind of thing. And I do really enjoy that. I do enjoy this as well, and like you're working on a project and you have to get it done, and you have a goal, and a start and end thing, or date, or idea. But those little strips, like I said, when she said just do these strips, I thought, oh, I don't know. But then when I did them, it was like, oh, okay, now I get it. It is extremely relaxing. It takes your mind off day-to-day living. I cannot sit still. Even if I watch TV, I need to do something. So that is the perfect project for that. So what I might come up and at one point just show you, I just prepared a bunch of bases for that, and then just start stitching. I have a little jar on my desk with small pieces of fabric, that last little bit you cut off. And as you all know, for slow stitching you do not need big pieces of, you don't need 1 meter or 2 meters. See, this might be a problem because it's not close enough, it doesn't overlap enough, so I'll move this one now. For slow stitching, that's what I was saying, is you don't need big pieces of fabric. Just a little piece like that can go a long way. And so those little pieces I'll keep. If I cut it off from, say, bigger pieces, or sometimes you find those bags of scraps at the thrift store, then that's what I am doing, throwing in that jar of mine. Just trying to pin this back on and keep it straight as well while I'm talking. Yeah, so I lost my needle. For us, this is just great at the moment. I do need some just time to sit down and just enjoy what I'm doing, more than just trying to make videos and create things for videos. I think that's what I want to concentrate on this year. Maybe just create for the joy of creating, and yeah, just do whatever makes you happy. I think there's enough things that is not in your control. Like at the moment for us, there's a lot of things that's not in our control. Like we are still in a rental house. We have basically no control of the fixing up our house after the fire, just to get back into our house. So it's like, just feels like most things at the moment are out of your control, and you can't it's just you're at the mercy of other people. So this is a great way for me to just sit back and relax and forget about just everything. So if you have a situation, or feel stressed, or feel like you just need to do something fun, try something creative. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You might find baking creative, or what did I do? This is a very thick needle. Or I think I lost my thread again. Anyway, what I was trying to say is just find something that you enjoy. See, that's why I thread my needles beforehand, because otherwise you'll be sitting here watching me thread needles. So yeah, this is just what I'll be doing until I have everything. Let me maybe just do and I'll do rows and rows and rows until all of this is done. And if you don't want to do this, you can always just take your sewing machine and sew around the edges of each piece of fabric and then start your slow stitching. I don't think that is against the rules. If you feel this is too much work for a pouch, I don't see why you can't use your sewing machine to do that, to save some time. But like I say, for me this is part of the relaxing part of my project, is just getting my base on. Let me just show you quickly. So I will go in, let's see, feel if there it is. Like over here, I'll go in and just do a small overcast stitch just over the edge underneath. I should be using a dark thread for you to show you this, but just to catch, just take my glasses off, just to catch that edge of my fabric so it won't fray too much. I do like when it frays a little bit, but I don't want everything to come undone. And there will be more stitching on top of this, so it should be fine. But that's what I do on my edges as well when I do my base. It's just a little overcast stitch. You can do a blanket stitch, whatever you like, or you can come in with embroidery thread and do that. But because I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do on top of all of this, I'm gonna do an overcast stitch around all of these pieces of fabric after I did my rows of invisible stitch. Now it got stuck on my pen. So that is the beginning of the new Roxy's Journal of Stitchery Volume 5, not 3, Volume 5. And if you are participating, please let me know. And they do have a Facebook group as well that you can post your things, Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. And I think they prefer that you only post the stitchery part of the challenge, not other slow stitch projects. But I also have a Facebook group, Miemie's Keepsakes, if you want to join that group, and then you can post on the group your projects and just share. I love seeing that on the group. It's so much fun to see what all of you guys are up to. So if you want to join the group, it's Miemie's Keepsakes. And if you want to join my newsletter on my website, it's the same thing, www.miemieskeepsakes. And that will be just a once a month newsletter. And I am still working on the website and my shop on the website, but soon all of that will be set up. But yes, please, thank you for all your support during the year of 2023. I am starting to get a little bit more comfortable, but I am still struggling with little things like sound, especially in the room where I'm recording here. Sound is not that great. Other little things this year, I do, like I said, want to try and concentrate more on just being creative, just for the fun of and enjoyment of it. So let's see what happens in 2024. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you again soon. Bye.